Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa Ellen Arianis, T.E.A., and this is Tea Time Adventures on YouTube. Happy Mask Monday, everyone. I hope you are having an awesome beginning to your week. I am in a collaboration with the Kims, so it's almost like a tea time cookie sandwich. I've got hanging out with Kimmy, who is our hostess for this collab, and she provided the mask for me to use to collaborate with also Kim from Kim's A Little of a Lot. So we've got Kimmy, we've got Teresa, we've got Kim. So we are doing into Flutter into Beauty. I think that's what Kim's A Little of a Lot just came up with. I'm not sure if that's the official one or not. But Flutter into Beauty, it is a butterfly mask. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? And it came from the Dollar Tree. Now this one, it also came in friend mail from Kimmy. And so she sent it in this package with her signature butterfly card. She's my butterfly lady. Hey, T, squeeze! Here's the butterfly mask for the collab with Kim. Thank you for your friendship through all of these years. Love, Kim. So she always draws her rose. She's got butterflies. She's got beautiful handwriting. So there's a little, here, mouse on the front. And then she's got all of the cute little animal stickers in the back, plus the butterfly card. And then she provided the mask for me because we all know I can't get to the Dollar Tree. And I decided to, that's the theme. I've got my headband on with the butterfly. I have my butterfly earrings. I'm not sure if it's showing up or not. I've got my butterfly blouse on. So we're doing a collaboration. We're doing a summertime Q&A, and we're doing a giveaway, 5 mask giveaway. So let's go ahead and get this on me. I wanted to be very careful as I open this because a lot of these masks open up from the bottom, and I want to make sure that I'm not cutting into the mask itself. Ooh, okay. Ooh, it's raspberry, and yes it does. It's printed with butterflies too. Ooh. Oh, it smells lovely. It smells so pretty. My goodness. This is such a lovely mask. Thank you, Kim. Kimmy. Yes, thank you so much. Telling you a little bit about my collaborators. So, Kimmy has been one of my mentors here on YouTube. So when I first started out as a baby channel, there were 3 larger channels that agreed to collab with me, and they would collab over and over and over and got me where I am today. So that was one of them was Kimmy. So yeah, she's one of my mentors. So I just adore her. She's a kick. She really is, and she's just got a heart of gold. She is such a generous person and such a sweetheart. Now, on the other end, we have Kim Vermiglia, which is Kim's A Little of a Lot, and that is my online bestie. She and I talk every single day, whether it's texting phone to phone or on Instagram or Facebook Messenger, video chats, audio chats, voice clips, you name it, we're doing it. So we talk on a daily basis. She's my online bestie. When we first met online, we just clicked. Oh, isn't this cute? This is such a pretty mask. Oh God, it smells so nice. I can't even tell you. All right, so I can't tip that upside down anymore since the bottom's open and I don't want the rest of the serum to come out. Those are my 2 collaborators. I just adore and love them both. They are both lovely ladies. So I'm sure you all know them by now, but if you don't, definitely want to check them out, because that's one of the rules to the giveaway that we're having, is that you must be publicly subscribed to all 3 channels in order to win on one time within the collab. So we're each going to pick our own winners. Let's see. We have a Q&A to do that not only did Kimmy provide the mask to me, but she also set up the questions for us to do as well. And I printed them out and sent them to Kim in New York to make it a little bit easier for us to go over that. So we've got maybe a dozen or so questions, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. What is your favorite summertime activity? Staying in air conditioning or in front of fans. I'm not a fan of summer. Summer is my least favorite season of all. I don't like the heat. I don't like the humidity. Santa Barbara's summertime is off kilter from most of the other parts of the country. We don't get starting getting like really hot until the end of August through September and into October. So we've hit a couple of days since summer officially began that hit 80 degrees, and then right now it's probably 70 outside, but the humidity is higher. So you can have 70 degrees outside but 97% humidity, and you don't really feel it too much when it's that cold. But still, it does, for me at least. I've got the fan off right now, which I will be regretting anytime now. What's the best thing about summer? The best thing about summer is that it leads to fall. I am far more into fall than I am into summer. All the best holidays are in fall for me, from my birthday, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc., etc., etc. What is your favorite summer memory? Actually, this goes back to my childhood, and that my mother was from the Midwest, and so she came out here to California. My father, they married, had kids, etc., etc. But when I was little, probably from the time I was 4 years old, probably to the end of junior high school, ninth grade, young teenager era, every couple of years, she and I would go back on TWA, if anybody remembers that airline, TWA, and go back to visit her family in Kansas. Now, they live in a tiny little town in the northeastern part of Kansas called Sabetha, Kansas. Population 3,000. Most adult males worked for the dairy if they didn't have a cow farm. Or some sort of like cornfield. You could not get lost in that town if you tried, and I did. So you'd either end up at the highway looking at the A&W across the highway, or you'd go like past the cemetery and end up like in a cornfield somewhere, or a bunch of cows looking at you. So, but my fondest memory is catching fireflies. So my mom's sister, Auntie Esteline, Auntie Maxine, Uncle Earl, and Uncle Eldon, they all lived there. And then I'd also see my older cousins, Bonnie and David, who are closer to my brother and sister's age, so they're like 14, 18 years older. And their children. So David had Aaron and Alana, and my cousin Bonnie had Sheila and Shannon, and my Uncle Earl had cousin Barbie. Now, Barbie was born in April of 64. I'm born in November of 64. So we were all about the same, age, within a 5-year span, mostly, of each other. And my fondest memory is catching fireflies. We just don't have those here in California. I've never seen them in Santa Barbara, at least. So catching fireflies in like a mason jar, and watching them on a summer evening. Everybody's out on the lawn or whatever, just watching the sunset, watching the bugs flitter around. Yeah, I even remember katydids as well. Those are nasty, but catching fireflies. And I'm sure my Auntie Esteline's husband, Uncle Babe, I don't even know what his real name is. It was just, hey, babe. So she'd say, hey, babe. So that was Uncle Babe. I also had another uncle named Fuzzy, but that's another thing. So we'd be catching fireflies, and I'm pretty sure that after we all went to bed at night, my Uncle Babe would go out and release the fireflies, so they weren't there the next morning. They got released after a couple of hours of wonderment and beauty. So that was my fondest summer memory. Do I have plans for this summer? No, I don't. I don't really do anything for summer. I don't really have vacations. The last thing that I did that's technically in summer is that I hung out, Scotty and I, my guy and I, hung out with our friends Evie. She's got her own channel, XOXOEBI. That's Evie and her husband Vic. And we went down south to a place called Lalo's and had some really authentic Mexican tacos. Scotty was over the moon because he actually got goat birria tacos. So it's a thing. And then we went out to hang about the cliffs over the beach, and she opened up all of the birthday presents that I had gotten her. She is Labubu, Lafufu crazy, and so I bought her some little car seats for her little babies. and some clothes so they wouldn't run around naked, since apparently I am the fairy godmother of her Labubu Lafufu tribe. So I will leave that video linked down below if you want me to see me outdoors in actual like sunshine and wind and weather and stuff like that near a beach. I'll go link that down below so you can watch that video with us. What is your favorite summer food? Watermelon. Watermelon, definitely. I love watermelon. It doesn't necessarily love me, but I just love watermelon, and I don't want to have to dice through the whole thing. I don't have good control with my arthritis, so I get the big batch of it, like 2 pounds of already sliced up watermelon at Costco for $8. I just love that. I love that. I could go through it. He has to try and get in where he can, get the slices in. What is your favorite summer drink? I don't really have a favorite summer drink. I'm not the type that drinks, iced tea or lemonade. He loves the Arnie Palmer, which is a mix of lemonade and iced tea. I'll drink the sweet tea at McDonald's, but I don't get that often. So I don't really have a summer drink. Nothing evokes, any sort of memory for that growing up either, other than like Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? But that's an all year round thing. Do you have any summer traditions? No, not really. I think when I was younger, my dad would make an effort to do a day trip to like Marineland or Disneyland, probably more often Marineland, which is the original home of the orcas, who were known as Orky and Corky, who then became Shamu at SeaWorld. So Marineland existed first. They had the original orca whales and killer whales named Orky and Corky, and that's who became Shamu at SeaWorld after that park closed. So those are probably summertime memories. But are they traditions? No, not anymore. I don't really have any summertime traditions other than staying in air conditioning or in front of a fan. What's your favorite way to keep cool during the summer? Air conditioning or a fan. Right now it's off. I'm in air conditioning all day long at work, and I always sleep with a fan no matter what time of year it is. I always have a fan at night generating white noise, generating air. I'll have all the blankets kicked off, and he'll be sleeping in a hoodie and a knit hat and have the blankets up to his ears. He's, like rail thin, and I am not. So there's that. What's the most unusual thing you've done during a summer holiday? I'm going to point you back over to Evie's video of us unboxing at a beach in the wind. I don't really do anything in the summer. I don't really take vacations that often. I might have a day trip here and there. Hopefully, I think Evie and Vic and Scotty and I are planning one, hopefully closer to Halloween. That's going to be fun. But that's again, more fall fun. Let's see. If you could spend a summer anywhere in the world, where would it be? And this is if you're thinking fantasy. Okay, so pull out all the stops. An all expenses paid, all encompassing trip to an F1 tour, Formula One. If I could have an all expenses paid vacation, that the airfare and the hotel and the food and the drinks and the tickets and everything was included, I would love to be able to go to England to see an F1 race at Silverstone, followed immediately the next weekend by an F1 race, or all the races I should say, F3, F2, F1, the whole shebang, at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. We just watched that this past weekend and the weekend before. And so that's what's on my mind. That would be like a dream. Out of budget completely, but that would be like the ultimate summer vacation, is to go to Silverstone in England to watch F1 and meet the drivers and meet the shakers and everybody. And I'll then follow up by going to Belgium to Spa-Francorchamps. So not only would I have, the wonders of England and real, fish and chips, et cetera, besides the F1 stuff, then we'd go to Francorchamps, who is a spa that they are known since prehistoric times to have spa waters, the healing waters of a spa. All the Belgian chocolate I could eat, and then watching F1 and all those pretty drivers. So spa itself, Silverstone, I believe, was the first F1 racetrack. So you've got history back from the very early 1920s. And then you've got Spa-Francorchamps, which was also from like 1925, 1930, something like that. And it's absolutely idyllic. It is so pretty. They're weaving in and around forested, areas, and it's nestled amongst a valley amongst hills. There was over almost 400,000 people in attendance to the Spa-Francorchamps race this past weekend. So that to me would be an ultimate vacation, an ultimate fantasy vacation, to have an all expenses paid to those two locations on an F1 tour. So yeah, I talk a lot. So now let's go over this giveaway. It is going to be mystery 5 mask giveaway for me. Why? Because I haven't plucked them out of my drawers yet. I just got a whole bunch of new masks, so it'll be probably something that showed up from my Amazon video, etc., my Amazon haul. We'll go ahead and go over our rules. So this is starting Monday, July 28th and ending Sunday, August 3rd. Now, random tea time on Sunday. I could stop it at 6 a.m. I could stop it at 6 p.m. I could wait till midnight. You never know, but I will post on the video itself and pin it that the giveaway is closed whenever that time is. The winner will be announced either that Sunday, the 3rd, or Monday on my community tab or the post tab, whatever we're calling it these days. I never make another video. I always post and then tag the winner. So you got to use the secret word. Come on, look at me. What do you think my secret word is? Of course, it is butterfly. Butterfly, singular butterfly. Use it in a complete sentence. Don't be obvious and just say, hey, butterfly. No. Use it in a complete sentence. Make it part of a comment, a nice comment. And you're going to have to put nice comments on each of the videos. And you have to be publicly subscribed to all 3 channels in order to win any of the giveaways, and you can only win once within the collab. You must be 18 years or older and living in the U.S., including Alaska and Hawaii, and have a verifiable residential address. YouTube nor any of the manufacturers of the products in the giveaway or this mask is not associated with it and cannot be responsible for any issues. All products in the giveaway were purchased by myself, and this one that I'm wearing was purchased by Kimmy. Hanging out with Kim. Let's see. I'm not responsible for any allergic reaction or sensitivity to the mask in the giveaway. Please check the ingredients, be your own healthcare advocate, and test it on a surreptitious spot if you think you might be allergic. I'm not responsible for lost or stolen packages or those damaged in transit. Once the U.S. Postal Service takes this mask giveaway out of my control, I'm unable to replace the masks. I'll try to send the winner a tracking number once it does ship. Now, once the winner has been announced, that person will have about 48 hours-ish to get a hold of me. I prefer to be contacted on Instagram. Why? Because those accounts are verified versus somebody who is emailing me, which is also acceptable, but preferable is Instagram, because people can make up fake email addresses, and it's happened to people that I know before. You have a contact to confirm. You also need to post a comment on the community tab when I do post the winner to acknowledge that you have won. All these rules and the links to both of the Kims as well as Evie will be in my description box down below. Always read the description box because I'm bound to forget something at some point in time. So always read the description box. I always put extra stuff there blathering on anyway, so you never know. You could have an amusing read. So sometimes, winners, it's hard to remember how many giveaways you've been in, etc. So sometimes I just go and hunt them down. I'll find them. I'll ask other channels, do you know how to get a hold of such and such? I want the winners to win. I'll even do that for other channels going, hey, I just noticed you won on whatchamacallit's channel. I want the winners to win, whether they're my winners or not. So that's it. This is Happy Mail, Happy Friend Mail from Kimmy, hanging out with Kim, who provided this lovely butterfly mask, and my online bestie, which is Kim from Iglia. Kim's a little of Alot. Don't forget to use the secret word. And that's it. So thank you so much, everyone, for visiting with me today. I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, I hope you have an awesome week. So take good care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. And I'll see you around the net.